Back in the early 1970s, Marvel wanted a new superhero. But not just any superhero, they wanted a Canadian one. Why? Because Marvel's editor-in-chief Roy Thomas thought it'd be a smart boost in sales in Canada, so he basically told his team, hey, let's make a small, angry Canadian with claws. And boom, Wolverine was born. No, not through Weapon X yet, but through the pure power of marketing. Writer Len Wein took Roy Thomas's half-formed idea, short, fierce animal guy, and turned it into something real. Wein made him a mutant and a government agent, because apparently Canada just has secret labs full of angry people with metal bones. He gave Wolverine attitude, a temper, and one of the most iconic introductions in comic book history. In The Incredible Hulk number 180 from 1974, Wolverine appeared for the first time. And his first words are, okay, you freaks. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Ah yes, the international language of I'm about to punch something. The visual design came from Romita Sr, Marvel's art director. He gave Wolverine that bright yellow and blue costume, the mask with pointy ears, and the kind of attitude you could only have if you're 5'3". Fun fact, at the time, Marvel thought Wolverine's claws were part of his gloves. Yep, they didn't even know he had claws coming out of his hands yet. Dude was just basically wearing weaponized mittens. Originally, Wolverine was supposed to be a one-time guest, a guy who shows up, fights the Hulk, and just disappears. But fans liked him. He was loud, angry, mysterious. Basically every red flag rolled into one cool character. So when Marvel relaunched the X-Men in Giant X-Men number 1 in 1975, writer Len Wein and artist Dave Cockrum added Wolverine to the new international team. It was a bold move, and it paid off. Wolverine instantly stood out as the rebel, the outsider, and the guy who clearly doesn't follow HR policies. While Len Wein created Wolverine, it was Chris Claremont who really truly defined him. Claremont took this scrappy Canadian and turned him into a tragic antihero, a man torn between his animal rage and his human soul. He added depth, pain, and that sense of honor inspired by samurai and Ronin stories. Basically, Wolverine went from angry dude with claws to philosopher who stabs people respectfully. Then came artist John Byrne, who was Canadian himself and pushed to make Logan's background more tied to Canada. Together, Claremont and Byrne helped Wolverine become the breakout star of the X-Men. In 1982, Claremont teamed up with legendary artist Frank Miller for Wolverine's first solo comic. This was the story that gave us Japan, samurai honor, and that famous line, I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do best isn't very nice. It's poetic, it's badass, and it's the only job description that's ever worked for Wolverine. That miniseries turned him into Marvel's ultimate antihero. Not just a fighter, but a man struggling to control the beast inside. Wolverine went from a throwaway Canadian experiment to one of Marvel's flagship heroes. He's led teams, gone rogue, died, came back, died again, and somehow still managed to show up in every X-Men movie ever made. Everybody knows the only person who stays dead in the Marvel Universe is Uncle Ben. And when Hugh Jackman put on those claws in 2000, Wolverine went from comic legend to full-blown pop culture icon. So next time you see Wolverine on screen, remember, behind that adamantium skeleton and tragic past is a character created by a bunch of guys in the 1970s who thought, yeah, Canadians are polite, but what if one of them was really mad? And that's just about gonna do it for today, guys. I hope you guys like the artwork, and I hope you guys like the commentary, and if you guys have any suggestions for another drawing and commentary, leave a like and leave a comment down below. See you in the next one.